Good morning, students. Today we will start with a new chapter, that is operating system. Now let's start with introduction of operating system. Okay. Now see, in HTML we returns the program in the form of HTML programming language. Okay. So the programs are written for the execution purpose. But if we do not know how to operate the computer system, then that written program is a no use. Okay, so we must have the environment within which user as well as the programs can do the useful work. So this type of environment is provided by the operating system. You can see what is the meaning of operating system. It is a program that acts as an interface between the user and the computer hardware, and it can control the execution of all kind of program. So the operating system, it is an interface between the user of the computer system and the computer hardware. Okay, so the tasks performed by the operating system. The operating system perform the various tasks like file management, memory management, then the processing management, then it can handle all the input output devices and the controlling peripheral devices like device driver, printer, etc. Okay, so the operating system is nothing but the program. Okay, it can manage the computer hardware. So computer hardware means what? Your keyboard, mouse, printer, etc. So what is the example of operating system? You have a Linux operating system, you have a Windows operating system. These are nothing but your type of operating system. Now you can see the component of operating system. In that you have a 4 components. First one is a user, second one is the application programs, third one is the operating system, and fourth one is your hardware. This is the layer of component of operating system. Now what is the meaning of user? Who use the computer system. Okay, now you can see the computer hardware. It is the innermost level of operating system. Then above the hardware you have a operating system. So the operating system is at a outer level to that of the computer hardware. Then you have a application programs are outer level of the operating system. So while user interact with computer hardware through application, program and the operating system. Okay, user interact with the computer hardware through the application, program and the operating system, right? So you can see the layer architecture of operating system. In computer system you have a number of users. Okay, after that you have a application programs. The system and application program contains the various programs like compiler, assembler, text editor, database system. Now the compiler and assembler, it is a type of application program which is used to convert the one language to another. Then you have a text editor. In that you can type your programs, and you having the database system. It is a part of your application program. This is all about your system and application program. After that you have a operating system, and then you have a computer hardware. So you can see the user can interact with the operating system or the computer hardware via application program. This is the simple layer architecture of operating system. Okay, now your next one is the services in operating system. The operating system provides the 3 types of services. The first one is your information management, second one is your process management, and The third one is your memory management. Okay. Now learn one by one. First one is the information. What is the meaning of information? It is nothing but your data. Okay. So the information management, it is the process of collecting, storing, managing, maintaining the information in all its forms. Means what? We can collect the data or information, we can store it, we can manage the data as per our requirement or user requirement, and we can maintain the information. Okay, so this is the all about information management, how information can be managed. So it can consist the two models. The first one is your file system and the second one is the device driver. So you can see what is the functions of information management. Your first one is a allocation and deallocation. Now what is the meaning of allocation? Allocation means what? You can use the data or you can use the memory. Okay, and deallocate means what? You can free up. You can free up the space or you can free up the memory. This is the meaning of allocation and deallocation. Okay, now the second one is the you can create the file and directory. So file means what? It is the again collections of data. Okay, and the what is the meaning of directory? In directory you can save the multiple files. This is the difference between file and directory. So you can create the file and directory with the help of information management. Then the next function is open and close the file. You can open the file to retrieve the data and you can close it. And you can read or write the data to and from memory or to and from system. This is all about the functions of your information management. Then the next service is provided by operating system is a process management. Now, what is the meaning of process? If OS supports the multiple users work at the same time, then each user having the different process. Okay, so the process is nothing but your running program with the particular set of data. So whenever multiple users use the system at the same time, then each user having its own process. Each process is a different. Okay, so the OS supports the process management to keep the data secure. Now you can see the OS supports the multiple user. In this situation, keep track of all process is necessary. So you can keep track of all process by schedule the process, dispatch them one after another. Okay, this is the process management. Now you can see which function is proceed by the process management. First one, you can create the process. Okay, then with the help of create function you can create your process. Then the second one is your terminate the process. What is the meaning of terminate? It is the meaning of end your process. Okay, so remove the process from queue. That is the meaning of terminate process. Then you have a wait for a child process to terminate. When the child process is terminated, after that the parent process will be terminated. Then you have changed the priority of process. In operating system, each process having its own priority. The process which having the highest priority is execute first. Okay, so you can change the priority of process with the help of function of process management. Then you can block the process. Means what? The process that is blocked is one that is waiting for some event. So you can set that process is a block. Then you have a ready the process. The ready process means what? The process which is ready for execution. Then you have a dispatch process. Means what? It gives the control of the CPU to the process. Then the next one is a suspend process. Means what? The process is exits, but it does not get scheduled for execution. Okay, the process is remains in a queue, but it does not get scheduled for execution. Then you have a resume process. What is the meaning of resume? If an activity resumes, then it starts again after a pause. Then you have a delay process. Means something is late. And your last one is a fork process. Means what? Fork is an operation whereby a process creates a copy of itself. Okay? The fork function is used to create the copy of itself. This is all about the process management. Then your next service is a memory management. How to memory is managed with the help of operating system. So the operating system provides the two services to manage the memory. First one is a memory allocation and the second one is a memory deallocation. What is the meaning of allocation? It assigns the memory. And what is the meaning of deallocation? It is free up the memory. Now you can see the memory allocation, it means what? It allocates the chunk of memory. And memory deallocation means what? It's a deallocate chunk of memory. Okay. So what's the exact work do the memory management? The memory management function keep track of status of each memory location and either it is allocated or the free. Okay. So you can see the term chunk of memory. What is the meaning of chunk? It refers to the process of taking the individual piece of information. That individual piece of information is known as a chunk and then you can group them into a larger unit. Okay, this is the meaning of memory, how to memory managed. Now you can see the overview of operating system. So I think it is nothing but the history of operating system. The operating system is first developed by the Microsoft was the DOS. Now what is the meaning of DOS? It is a DOS operating system. Okay. Full form of DOS is a disk operating system, okay, which is use a disk storage device like floppy disk, hard disk. It is the type of DOS. It is a single user operating system. Single user or single person can use this operating system at once. After that, after DOS you have a GUI, that is graphical user interface. The example of GUI is a Windows 3.1 and after that you have a Windows 98, that is the upgraded version. So you can see your first one is a DOS. So the operating system first developed by the Microsoft was a DOS, but it was a single user operating system. After DOS, a complete new system with graphical user interface is invented. It was a Windows 3.1. Later on, Windows 95 and an upgraded version of Windows was launched. And after that, the Windows 98, the new version of Windows was developed. Okay, so this is all about the history and overview of the OS. Now the rest of the part will be introduced in a next lecture. Bye.